friends, it's Rana, and today I'll pick what I'm going to read in the month of December, the last month of the year, from my TBR jar. I didn't make this video for the month of November because I picked my non-fiction November TBR. Specifically, I picked 5 books that I'm gonna read in the month of November. I actually read 4 out of the 5 books that I picked for that month, and today I'm finally back picking my TBR through the TBR jar. If you don't know, I have written all the titles of the books that I own on my physical TBR on small pieces of paper, and I put them in Groot. So each month I pick 4 books from this cup just to try to reduce the number of books that I own on my physical TBR each month by reading at least 4 books. The reason why I pick only 4 books from my TBR jar each month is because I am a mood reader and I'm trying to leave myself a little bit of space to read other books that I am in the mood to read, while at the same time trying to reduce the physical TBR I own. Let's pick the first book that I'm going to read in the month of December. As usual, I already shuffled the papers off camera because it is a little bit of a messy job to do because the cup is very small. That's why I remove them all from the cup, shuffle them, then put them back in the cup. Let's pick the first book. I'm gonna pick this one. The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. So the first pick is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. As you can see, it is one big book separated into 2 separate books, part 1 and part 2. That means I'm going to read them in the month of December, each of them, and I don't know if I'll be able to finish them in December. I'll try to start reading them, but I don't know if I'll be able to finish them. Please pray for me that I'll be able to finish reading these 2 gigantic books. That's the first pick. I was hoping to pick smaller books because it is the last month of the year and I'm hoping that I can finish my reading challenge on Goodreads, but I think it's gonna be a little bit hard to do. Let's pick the second book. I'll pick this one. A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. A Gentleman in Moscow, I don't know much about it except that it is a historical fiction book about a gentleman in Moscow. I know, brilliant. I am very good at reading historical fiction books, even if they are longer, because I find them easier to read because I love them so much. This book is over 450 pages. I can manage to do that in December. It is easier read than The Way of Kings. Let's pick the third book. I'll choose this paper. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Funny thing is that I actually started reading it in November. I am already more than halfway through the book, and I think I'll finish it in the next 3 or 4 days. I am in part 5 of it, and I think I'll finish it quickly because I am filming a reading vlog for it. I forgot to remove it from the TBR jar. I will remove it now, and I'll consider it a success. The third pick again, I'll choose this one. Why it is so hard to open these papers. أرجوك اعتني بأمي. It is a Korean book translated to Arabic. I think it is in English called Please Look After My Mom. Please Look After My Mom, or in Arabic أرجوك اعتني بأمي, is a Korean book that I read a few years back in Arabic as an ebook, but I remember absolutely nothing about it. That's why I went out and bought it to reread it again, and it seems like I'm gonna do it in the month of December. As for the fourth and last book that I'm gonna read in the month of December, hopefully, is gonna be, I'll choose this one. What is gonna be? Okay. الأسطورة والمعنى by فراس السواح. الأسطورة والمعنى, or in English it would be The Legend and the Meaning, is a book about Eastern mythologies and Eastern religions and studies about them by the author Firas al-Sawah. Most of his books talk about mythology in Syria and Iraq way back in the days. I read the first book that he wrote ever called The Mind's First Adventure. I have a really old review about that book. I'll put it up in the cards if you would like to see it. I was hoping that the month of December will be an easy month for me, trying to finish my reading challenge by reading shorter books, but it seems like the TBR Jar is trying to ruin my life by making me pick really long books that are quite dense, like The Way of Kings. I don't know if I'll be able to read it from the start till the finish in just 1 month, but I will try my best. I just realized that I didn't show you the papers that I picked, and so you can trust me on that. The first one, the second one, the third one, and finally the fourth one. So these are the 5 books that I will hopefully try my best to read in the month of December. I will really try my best to read them and finish them in the month of December. I think these 3 will be easy to me to do, but The Way of Kings, it is a very intimidating book to start, really. I was also thinking about going back to reading manga. It's been a while since I read any manga, and I was thinking that I can manage to read a few mangas between these books as like a break between them, but I don't know yet what mangas I'm gonna read. So that's it for today's TBR video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to see my future videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!